Hey, what's up, guys? It's your girl Brandy, and I've been getting a crap ton of traction on my Doki Doki Literature Club playthrough. I was thinking to myself, why am I getting so much traction on a video that I put out over a year ago? So I did a little bit of digging, and I found that I guess Doki Doki Literature Club is coming out with a plus version. I don't even know what that means, but I figured we could look at this gameplay trailer they have, respond to it, and discuss. I'm not sure. Here's what we know so far. They have told us it's Doki Doki, surprisingly unnerving, subversive visual novel. Is a something. The developers plan to revisit the original story for an enhanced port. In this exclusive gaming play breakdown, we have a look at the upgraded edition of the game, which releases for modern day consoles as well as Switch. So I'm not sure what is going to be changed. I'm not sure what they're adding in, but I figured let's give it a watch and we'll see how it goes from there.
Hello, my name is Dan Salvato. I'm the creator of the psychological horror game Doki Doki Literature Club. And now, after a lot of really passionate work from a whole bunch of people, I'm delighted to share Doki Doki Literature Club Plus with you for the first time. I'm sure some of you already can't wait to revisit your friends in the club, but if you're new to Doki Doki Literature
Oh
Club,
boy!
we're excited for you to meet the club members for the first time on PC, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation, or Xbox.
First time on PC. I played it originally on Steam.
Visuals and brings it to a number of new platforms. It's also packed with all kinds of new features and content for both existing fans and new players to experience and enjoy. There's a lot of good stuff for me to go over, but there are also some things that you'll have to discover for yourself when you play the game. DDLC is a game that explores the unique kind of relationship that people can have with fictional characters, and the relationship they have with video games in general. I wanted to make a game that causes people to think more deeply.
Ooh, that looks like a different scene. This doesn't look familiar. I feel like I also didn't do a lot with Natsuki in my first playthrough, so maybe I missed a couple of scenes with her.
More of a space to get to know each other and kind of explore their interpersonal relationships. So for DDLC Plus, I wrote a new storyline that I call the side stories. The side stories are unrelated to the events of the original game, and they instead focus on how all the club members went from first meeting each other to becoming close friends. I really want to create an environment where these characters have to learn to overcome their communication barriers and respect each other's needs and reflect on themselves. And I think that will be really meaningful to those of you who relate to the characters.
That'll give us more insight into each of them and maybe why they do what they do, you know?
Improving ourselves and our relationships with others. The side stories also have a brand new soundtrack to go along with them.
Yes, the music in this game is so good.
And really important to me personally as a part of playing video games. I love how music tracks sort of absorb all the emotions you feel during the game, and how it all comes rushing back whenever you hear the songs again. So for the side stories, I brought in a new composer, Nikki Kylar, who shares the same understanding of the special impact of video game music. Nikki and I worked really closely.
I'm wondering if the extra stuff is optional or if you'll go through those storylines as part of the main. Yo, that's kind of dope. I like that.
Enjoy discovering the new music as you play the side stories, which will also unlock them in the music player.
Oh, okay. That, I guess it's going to be separate then. Yep, the side stories are all separate according to this menu. Okay.
Game artwork, wallpapers, and never before seen concept sketches of certain memorable.
Ooh, that's kind of cool that you can get the concept art of the poems to like reread them. Because I remember trying to break down the poems in my playthrough. Oh my god, I would be on a poem for like 10 minutes like, what does it mean? Especially before I knew the twist of the game, I was really breaking them down.
You just have to discover it yourself. I know that there's always a concern with re-releases or special editions having a whole bunch of changes to them or the original content being tampered with in some way. So we thoughtfully included all the new content in a way that ensures the main game, Doki Doki Literature Club, is as authentic and true to the original as possible.
Okay.
Overall, I really wanted to make DDLC Plus not only really special for existing fans, but also a fantastic and accessible way for new players to get in on the psychological horror experience.
Okay. June 30th, so that's, you know, end of this much. Crap, that's 10 days. Oh my gosh. So that's that. This is going to be interesting. First off, I wonder, it's going to be a separate game. I'm assuming if you already bought the game or have the game on Steam. I think it was free on Steam, if I'm not mistaken. Please, in the comments, correct me if I'm wrong. I believe it was free on Steam. Or it still is. So I don't know if this is going to have a price to it to play the bonus stuff or not. Aside from that, kind of entices me to want to replay the game. I'm going to give a precursor. There's some spoilers going forward. So if you haven't played the game, you can skip. If you have already watched it or you've already played and seen my playthrough, keep watching. So when I did my playthrough, I was trying to go for Yuri. Like, I was trying to pursue her and get close to her because she was the one that I liked the most. So Natsuki, I didn't really get a lot about her or information about her. So I feel like I missed a lot of her storyline. So if I was to play again, I feel like I would more be closer with her so that I could get the information that I missed. Stream definitely filled me in on a lot of her story because I feel like I was very confused because I was getting like tidbits of it, but I didn't understand what had happened to her. You know, I guess something with like she had an abusive household and things like that. So I didn't understand that all. And, you know, everything with Sayori after, you know, the whole incident and things like that, I felt like I was distraught. I mean, as anyone should be. So I feel like the whole gameplay changed. And I definitely looked more closely at every little thing I read. Because I went into the game having no idea what it was about. And I didn't think it was going to be about a bunch of girls committing suicide. So that was a shocker. And yeah, so this should be interesting going forward. All right, you're good. Welcome back, people who decided to skip. So going forward, I'm looking forward to fleshing this story out, playing it again, getting different perspectives, and then I think the added stories could be really interesting to kind of get you to understand each particular character. I feel like we don't know a great deal about Monica other than like the end. So if we actually get to know her prior to all of this, that would be kind of cool too. And kind of get everyone's motivations a little bit more, maybe. I'm looking forward to this. It should be fun. When it comes out, I'm sure we'll be streaming it. So you can check me out over on Twitch if you want to be there for when it's live. And if not, I'll catch you guys here on YouTube in the next video that we put up. So until then, peace out and fair winds, my dudes. See you in the next one. Bye, guys.